Rashad Fenton, Rod Talley await the kick. And the Palmetto Bowl is underway. And it will begin with a touchback, and here's him in all kinds of different ways. Right now, Orth drifting back to pass, going to go for a deep shot, looking for Cooper right away. A little bit of contact, and it is knocked away.
Lawson is a one-man wrecking gang. He's all over the place. And then Mackenzie Alexander will be
out of the empty set. Orth with a quick throw down the field. There's a flag. The regarded corner. However, Tankersley not terrible.
No, he's been outstanding, really.
Weird looking little kick. But it's going to take a Gamecocks bounce and drift out of bounds.
It was just amazing.
And back in the lineup is Wayne Gallman. He didn't play last week either.
Outstanding, in particular with how many deep balls he throws.
We'll go underneath there, and that bounced. It was funny, this is our third.
Deshaun Watson, they have nothing on him in that deep ball.
And he's going to miss there. It's going to be fourth down on the Gamecocks.
Defensively, they wilted a little bit towards the end of that game. But
big rush here. Sorry, Ray. And Cooper is going to watch this drift out of bounds. A little bit of pressure that time on Andy Teasdall, and they almost got a piece of it. To the ground they go. This is Wild. Made a nice cutback to get to the 30.
Maybe an onside kick, some fourth down attempts. They're going to try and do everything they can.
This is a normal play for them, though. That little flip pass to Pharaoh Cooper. And Nunez will keep it and break through. He'll get a first down as he's brought down from behind.
At the top.
Orth's going to design draw, and he'll break free. Orth will have a first down to the 34-yard line. The big playmaker for South Carolina. We have whistles and flags and hold everything.
Yeah, the right guard looked like he had the hiccups.
Offense, number 76, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Some of the injuries.
And now Wildcat here with Pharaoh Cooper. And he will throw it occasionally, but this time he's going to keep it, and there's Green. I'm sure they looked at that.
Catch that one on the fly, because you're expecting run in that situation.
Orth back in again. Takes a middle screen here, set up nicely to David Williams, and Williams is brought down by BJ. You may not see as much time today. Orth guns it, caught right at the marker, maybe a little shy. The 25
quarterback sneak in my book. There it is.
But did he get it?
Oh, he got it, and then some. Did a nice job finding that little seam off to the left of his big center, Allen Knott.
So we are 8 plays into this South Carolina drive.
And you see the great job by the center of going low and really tipping.
And that Wildcat formation. And he will look to throw. Gonna lob it. A lot of contact from both players.
Is entitled to his position. Orth doesn't have to move.
Orth is back in. A lot of pressure coming, very quickly throws in, and it's intercepted at the 5-yard line. Clemson forces the turnover. The interception by Adrian Baker.
And Baker did what I call a slough technique. So here's the shot. And Orth, I don't think he saw Baker doing that slough technique where Baker had the flat and there was no threat there, so he backed off and he was really out of the quarterback's vision and showed up, and nobody was more surprised than Perry Orth.
9th that Orth has thrown this year, 2nd picked up by Baker this season. That was a 10-play drive that ate up nearly 5 minutes, but ends in a turnover. Now the Tigers back on offense, and this is Wayne Gallman. That was an interesting comment.
Position. Sky Moore is the #1 playmaker for this Gamecock defense.
Watson will get close to the mark. 19-yard rusher at running back, and you got a running quarterback who makes great decisions. Watson will keep under pressure, easily beats the defender, and he'll get a first down.
And Watson made the proper decision.
Scott going in motion. Little pitch out. Gallman, and this is downhill running. And Gallman doesn't mind the contact as he gets out. It is an 8-yard pickup. 2 to go here on 2nd down. Watson, middle of the field. That's Leggett, the tight end, the Mackey Award semifinal.
Had one of those intercepted last week. That one he threw perfectly over the fingertips of Sky Moore.
Back to the ground we go, and Gallman running hard as always, runs into Moore. That's the ball's on the ground at the 36. Do the Gamecocks have it?
They think so.
Most of this crowd thinks so. Shawn Elliott thinks so. But only one ballot matters, and yes, it's Gamecock football.
And that was Sky Moore who came across and made the hit and knocked the ball right out of Gallman's hands.
That's two of the best players on the field going head-to-head, and that time the Gamecocks win it. Rico McWilliams fell on the football, but Moore forces the fumble. The #1 tackler for this team out of Cooper City, Florida, comes up for the turnover, and the fumble by Gallman. South Carolina takes over. Each team has coughed it up once. Orth on the run, and down he goes at the 30.
Have given the Gamecocks 63 points off turnovers. So the coaches have dissected their plays lately. They said they don't want to emphasize it too much because
that's going to be a problem. Let's see, as each side pointing to the other.
Right, the finger pointing starts. And on film, watching this South Carolina team, they've done a good job all year with the cadence and getting guys to go off. Orth likes to run quarterback draw in this set.
And he's going to go ahead down the middle of the field, and it is broken up at the 47-yard line. This will be a punt and a high kick by Sean Kelly. Scott makes the catch at the 16-yard line, 45 yards. Gallman, who just fumbled, gets the rock again, and he runs into some contact right away. Gerald Dixon Jr., 13 tackles last week against the Citadel, but back to the ground goes Gallman, fights off Holloman that time, and he will
shot time, I would think.
Watson going to go underneath instead. An immediate hit made to the 30-yard line, and got an empty backfield set to the Tigers. Now pressure coming from the edge. Watson saw it and ran away into the other direction and avoids a big hit, and he'll slide. Little handoff here to Gallman, and he'll get to the 45-yard line before he is brought down. But ball on the ground again on the zone read, didn't work. Another turnover.
Dante Sawyer is in the right place at the right time. And really all he did was olay the offensive lineman, Maverick Morris, to get back there, and then the ball was loose on the exchange. And it looks to me like Deshaun Watson wanted that football, but he wasn't able to get it out.
Watson makes the tackle here and saves what could have been a big man touchdown too. Well, Dabo Swinney trying to remain positive, hiding what I'm sure is a world's worth of frustrations right now as South Carolina takes over at the Clemson 39-yard line. 23rd turnover by the Tigers this year. Nunez is the quarterback, and he is tripped up immediately and submarining. We'll let you all think of that. Some folks in the Midwest have already nailed it. Let's just say that. Farrell Cooper in that wildcat position, and never mind, we have whistles. You have time to get your guys out there and get set. But Cooper's not a quarterback either. And he barely hangs out of the ball this time and bounces off the tackle.
we're playing our 10th game in a row. We're looking for our 15th win in a row. The challenge is keeping guys mentally fresh. And that's what they're trying to do today.
Well, they're going to told for Elliott Fry as long as 52. And that is not close. So Clemson will get some decent field position when they get the football back to start the second. Too crazy. Deshaun Watson leads it out. Clemson's turned the ball over a couple of times. And very little there.
About 15 through the air. Everything else 8 yards or less. They got to open it up and go deep.
Right now they stay on the ground, and South Carolina's defense hitting.
Turns into better plays, and then you have yourself a ball game.
Little screen pass blown up. That's going to be ruled incomplete. The call on the field is incomplete. So second 3 and out forced against the top team in the country. This is a pretty good kick from Teasdall. Fair catch, 20-yard line. That's where the Gamecocks will Carolina. But the Clemson folks, a lot of them are here. Follow the #1 team in the country. Here's David Williams breaking loose, and he'll get a big gain of about 14.
Team Barrett 7-0.
All right.
And that opened the door for Orth to get his shot.
On a handoff, it's Williams again. He is flipped over and around the...
We'll play together as a group. This is the last game that many of us will play ever as football players. He said, we got to play this with no regrets. We can go...
Start things happening here.
There is no one back deep right now for Clemson. They come to rush, and it's going to be a rugby-style kick, so it's going to be a race to see who gets to the ball, and South Carolina will down it inside the 20. So far goes to Waco for Baylor's matchup against Texas next week. Meantime, 1st and 10. And Watson on the keep, and a great two-point takedown, the 20 for Watson, and a conservative approach so far through the air for Clemson. They go underneath this time on a nice cutting slant pattern.
Clemson from taking their normal downtown shots.
That was only the second play at 10-plus yards. This will be 5.
It's hard to attack the middle of the field.
This is Gallman breaking through. Beautiful cutback, and he'll get into South Carolina territory.
He does it right out there and has fun.
7 carries, 65 yards. Gallman's also fumbled today, though. This is Kane, and this is a very
stepped up where they really needed him to.
Watson's got time. There's that middle of the field attack. There's Kane, and he'll get inside to the 40.
On the inside and the corner trailing on the outside.
To the outside again. This is Hopper, and he'll be just...
Watson loves to run it in this area.
He'll do so behind the block from Gallman. He'll get the first down and leap into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Got it going a little bit now. Had a good block by Gallman. He came up and hit Sky Moore right on the edge. Right, you see Gallman right there. He hits Moore, and it really cut off not only Moore but Isaiah Johnson as well, and it gave the edge to Deshaun Watson.
8 plays, 83 yards, 3 minutes and 12 seconds, and the Tigers figured something out that time. A nice mix of running and passing on that drive. We saw a little bit of the best of Deshaun Watson. Outdoor Classic based on the weather conditions that are being reported in Stillwater. This is Fenton from the 2-yard line, trying to get to the outside, breaks a couple tackles. He'll be fighting for some extra yards. So Perry Orth is back out at quarterback. South Carolina has rotated 3 at that position so far. Wilds and Green have a collision. Wilds bounces off of that to get to the
large safeties.
We saw Wilds check out. Cooper goes in motion. Here comes a little bit of pressure. Nunez is back in, and they weren't fooled at all. Tackles between them coming into the game, and Goodson has 5 already. Pressure. Orth guns it. Bounce, and the Tigers again will have no one back to receive this punt. If there is indeed a punt, and there is, and it's a pretty good one. Sean Kelly, the former Florida Atlantic punter, has just ripped one to the 6. Watson again reads off that pressure. He's just running in the direction of the blitz as they go by him. But
you want to attack.
Leggett goes into the backfield. Gallman will follow the improving blocking tight end, and Gallman takes a shot, but he's not going. Ready in 8 carries. Pressure picked up, shot drilled, catch made by, of all things. Well, there's a jinx for you. That's a bad pass from Watson. Keeps it, drives, and lowers his head for Watson, the old option there. He'll keep it, and made the right decision, and just sort of fell at the 40-yard line.
Watson with 11 carries, 41 yards, and a touchdown so far.
And a fling it there, caught. Scott. And now the safety Diggs comes in on the blitz, but it's picked up. There's your first deep shot taken by the Tigers, and it's caught. It's Kane. It's 6.
Well, it took a while, but it was worth waiting for. Just a perfect throw. I'm almost indefensible. The defender for the Gamecocks was right there in the hip. But there's nothing he could do about it because this ball is thrown, caught. Got inside position, and it was I mean, Kane didn't have to change his stride, adjust, or anything. It was just perfectly thrown in there from about 50 yards out.
Al Harris Jr. had a chance. He's there. You're right. I don't know how you can be mad at Harris for that coverage. But back-to-back
to that box, where he'll run it all day.
So is that ball going to hook out of bounds? No. Fenton's going to have to do something with it. On this grass field, he'll be tackled at the 20-21-yard line. So yeah, South Carolina has used Orth, Nunez, and Cooper at that position. Nunez going to throw under pressure. He just freezes. Down he goes. Carson, the tailback, number 7. It'll be Nunez trying to make something happen. Made one miss, and Nunez takes off down the middle of the field to the 45 into Tigers territory, and finally brought down by T.J. Green.
And this is really a bad job by Clemson of keeping Nunez in their sights. They're going to only rush 3. They even dropped Dodd out. They should be able to coop and corral the quarterback Nunez on that. But I think him stumbling froze everybody, and then he accelerated so quickly he found a little seam.
47-yard pickup, longest play of the day for the Gamecocks, and gives them a shot of adrenaline as Cooper goes off in motion. Will they throw it to him as Orth is back in under the gun, and it's going to be.
Reminds of Mr. Kurt Warner.
His, I think, was the Hy-Vee as Carson breaks off of Clemson tacklers and runs through the arms of a couple of them, and 2 big running plays up the gut. Alexander and Green finally bring him down, and 25-yard pickup there.
And this is really a product of Boulware trying to throw the shoulder in there. You saw at the end, instead of wrapping up, making the tackle. A double minus for Ben Boulware.
Left arm kind of strapped down, right?
Yes, he does have a brace on the left shoulder.
Yeah, nothing doing that time. Orth. This is Cooper, double pass. Cooper is in trouble, and down he goes. Oh, B.J. Goodson destroying the play.
Goodson just put it on him from inside out. And here he is right here. Watch how he approaches this thing with the perfect angle. And Cooper wants to throw it back here, but there's great coverage and discipline for the backside corner. Tankersley staying home and taking that away.
Loss of a dozen there. Now, he has a touchdown pass, Cooper, this season, oddly enough, to Perry Orth. And in this rivalry, he has had a touchdown pass. He's been 3 for 4 for 53 yards. So it's been effective, and the Tigers cut him off. Now 3rd and 22. Orth the lob here. Oh, beautiful throw by Orth. And that is a first down, I believe, to Farrell Cooper. It is inside the 10 to the 6.
And what makes this play work is the protection. And here it is coming at the end, and Cooper came all the way from the other side in the slot. He covered a lot of ground before he came open. And what made it work, here he goes, is the protection against a stunt by the Clemson front. Great job by that South Carolina offensive line in picking that thing up.
With 44 seconds.
Tight end in this area.
Big target. Orth guns it. Overshot. Receivers to the right of the QB. Carson, quick burst. Stuffed, Boulware and company, but it's a decent with Orth at quarterback. No timeouts for South Carolina. Going to fire it into traffic, and it's incomplete. This one from 21. And he banks it right off the clock. So that one's absolutely perfect by the junior from Frisco, Texas. So with 24 seconds to go, Clemson does have 2 timeouts. My daughter went to Clemson, but my son went to South Carolina, that kind of thing. So it'll be a touchback to the 25.
Largest disparity in records between the 2 teams. The previous being a 5-game difference.
They won the Orange Bowl and won the 81 National Championship for Danny Ford. That'll be a touchback, and we'll get things going from the 25-yard line. Action with Gallman getting a couple of hard-earned yards out to the 27-yard line. Gallman did not play last week.
Protecting the long ball, not giving it up. So they're hoping to put pressure on Watson with just 4 guys still. Couple of updates. Tailback Brandon Wiles is out for the remainder of the game, so that's one option.
Mainly Orth. Saw Watson run for 16 there. Little pitch off here to Scott. That'll be a pass. And Scott down the sideline. Breaks through. And he's finally belted and lost the ball. Now, is that a fumble or was he down?
It doesn't look like they blew a whistle.
South Carolina says it's their ball. Scott says, no, man, I was down the 30-yard line.
I don't know. I think Holloman knocked it out. Watch, Holloman's going to show up right here, and he just rips the ball. And looking for a knee to come down. The elbow's down, and that will constitute a player being down. I'm sure they're going to take a look at this, but look at the elbow right there. And if you match it up with the other look, I think you a little math to do.
Them quite a bit of orange as well.
Yeah, it's
Watson on the fake. 25. Wait, he's just gliding down the field, and he'll glide to the pylon. Touchdown, Watson!
He's so good in the open space. He got a great block from Renfro. He got. The question is if he went out of bounds or not. Scott gave him a block, but he had a safety blitzing, and he just shook him with his own deal. Looks fine to me.
I think this is going to stand.
That's a touchdown.
It will be reviewed, but some reviews always take longer. And I think that's going to be a touchdown. I don't believe they're going to go to the headset here. That's the second touchdown run for Deshaun Watson today. Watson's the last 30 with the legs of Deshaun Watson.
He had 2 carries for 46 yards and 1 pass for 27 yards on that drive.
And Fenton had a little bit of a gap there to run through, and he gets stopped
off for him because they know big plays like that will happen.
Now again, South Carolina behind Lorenzo Nunez, and he's just thrown back. I mean, there's no other way to describe that. Defense, one of the best in the country, top 25 in 7 categories, and number 1 in a few of them. Worth is back in. He's going to take off, and he slides head first.
Replaced 8 guys, and several guys stepped up and made plays.
There's the dart down the middle of the field. Samuel Dabo, 35. He'll finally be knocked out of bounds by Adrian Baker. This is Carson. Remember, Brandon Wild's out of the game. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10. So, quarterback.
I can't imagine having to replace 8 guys, 8 starters.
Slant pattern again. And once again, it's Samuel. That's sweep time perhaps here for Cooper. Haven't seen that yet either. And he goes down with the pattern pressure. Orth gets belted. Carson made. Nunez back in a quarterback. He gets inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line. That'll be a first.
The football is very effective.
Is it effective on this play? No. You see Boulware on top to snap. Carson on the give. No. Negative. Kevin Dodd, number 98. Clemson brings pressure. Quick throw. And then Samuel in the corner of the end zone for a touchdown.
Watch the coverage right down here. It's Tankersley working on Samuel. And that was the perfect throw from Orth. That made all the difference. There was no help. It was one-on-one. And give Samuel credit for getting a nice get-off, getting past Tankersley, and then creating a little bit of separation, just enough for the 6-pointer.
Nice job by the holder there, Sean Kelly. Good Florida Gators team.
Yeah, they lost some heartbreakers. They played Tennessee right down the wire.
Leads out the Tigers. He's run for 2 touchdowns today. Gallman, nowhere. TJ
did. They just don't get it.
Watson felt the pressure and just takes off. 30-30 slides. That should be a first.
For no good reason. I just don't get it.
This is Gallman, and he will pick up just a yard there. Holloman meets up with him once again.
Involved with football, but not as a coach. And he said, it's been hardest on my mom. She's just lost because she was very involved with the team.
That I don't understand and think it's kind of, not a good thing.
This one pretty well blocked, but down about Les Miles leaving. That #1 recruiting class that he has, I wonder how many of those young men are going to stick around if Les Miles is indeed let. Watson guns it. Kane, 5 catches, 96 yards, and a touchdown for Kane. Methodical drive continuing. Now a reverse, and here's Kane. Can he make one miss? No, he cannot. What a tackle! Soft coverage that time, and Peak will get it.
Got a chance to go deep up top.
There's that shoulder fake. He goes underneath the leg at 15, 10, and he's finally brought down in a shoulder tackle by 11th play coming up. Straight ahead, Fuller, and the freshman from Easley, South Carolina. Back to the ground, Fuller. First down and very close. It is touchdown. The flag down. So we've been told. Let's see if there is, if they picked it up. Nope, no flag. It's a touchdown for C.J. Fuller.
Boy, the right side of the offensive line did an outstanding job. I mean, they knocked number 95, Dante Sawyer, all the way back into the end zone practically on a double team. And that was Tyrone Crowder and Joe Gore.
Touchdown. That play is under further
Minutes and 27 seconds off the clock.
And we've seen them do that so often throughout the course of the season. When the other team scored 84 yards, the touchdown, and a couple of touchdown runs. Sounds Heisman-ish to me.
Well, and the last 4 drives for Clemson, except for the Perry Orth, the quarterback, and the dive play gets absolutely nowhere for David Williams. You think about this rotating door of quarterbacks, including Pharaoh Cooper today playing there at times also.
It's difficult.
And we're going to have a 5-yard penalty. Back them up here on
more. You take more advanced steps, and you have more things you do together.
Well, Nunez takes off though, gets some good blocking downfield, and the ball is out at the 42-yard line, and I believe the Gamecocks have recovered it. And they have. So Nunez took off. It was a well-blocked play by that South Carolina front, and they hang on to the ball.
Yeah, T.J. Green just comes up and knocks the football out with a good wrap on his tackle.
And I think that was Cooper that got it.
That's how you tackle somebody right there, with the wrap of the arms in a violent manner. And every once in a while, you'll knock that football out if you do so.
Pharaoh Cooper playing in his final game as a Gamecock. It's been a kind of a quiet day for him so far. Back to the ground they go to Williams. He'll pick up a yard. We'll check in with Adnan Verkins through these days, these receivers. Final seconds of the third quarter. Orth on a slant pass. There's Cooper. He's gone. They're not going to catch him. Touchdown, Pharaoh Cooper.
Clemson was in a corner blitz, and they totally blew the coverage. Nobody covered Pharaoh Cooper. And this is as easy a touchdown throw as Perry Orth will make. Just had to hit his guy on the slant with no defense anywhere to be seen.
For the rest of his life, he may never get another touchdown that easy. And he will take his 10th touchdown pass of the season. Pharaoh Cooper. They'll play it straight, and they'll score a touchback instead. So
took Deshaun Watson 4 plays to answer.
They'll end the quarter with a handoff to Gallman. He spins out of 1 tackle, but they're waiting for him. What the Tigers have done when they take that 4th quarter lead with them.
Pretty good.
Perfect in the last 5 years. Up the gut. And Gallman, he doesn't mind. Watson taken off all the way. Hit. Got through the arms of Sky Moore and should. Scott in motion. They flip it to him. Makes 1 cut back, and they're waiting on him. That play, fumble came out, picked up by Holloman. South Carolina has great field position. It was Sky Moore who's shaken up on the play and is just now getting up, who disrupted the play and may have caused the fumble as Dabo Swinney looks at the big scoreboard.
Yeah, Gurley got in there as well. Hard to see where the ball came out. I think Moore, yep, there it is. It came out late underneath.
And I think Dabo was looking at the big board to see if he should challenge this.
Yeah, he wanted that whistle to be blown, but it wasn't, and that's a legitimate fumble.
And that's the third one by Clemson today. Holloman just mentioned how great he's played, his third fumble recovery of the season.
Take a shot right here. This defense is unorganized right now. Gave him time to get set.
They hand off. Breaking one tackle is Sean Carson.
Disciplined. He's telling them, we knew this wouldn't be easy. Let's not forget, they're still young.
They run the reverse to Cooper. Trying to get to the edge. What a play in pursuit by TJ. He'll run the option. Keep it. Late pitch. Carson down the sideline to the 10. Oh, what a big block. And he tripped up short of the end zone. He did not get in. The field judge has a hat off, and it wants the football, and he says he is down inside the 1.
Great timing on the pitch from Perry Orth. He runs this option into the boundary to perfection. He did a two-hand pitch, and whoever had the pitch man on that left their responsibility, going back to what Janine was talking about.
They run the play quickly into the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina. It's Carson.
And that Artavis Scott fumble turns into 6 quick points for South Carolina.
We have covered Clemson 3 straight weeks. Syracuse, Wake Forest, South Carolina, all underdogs, all said the same thing as they line up to go for 2. We got to make it a fourth quarter game. Syracuse did it, Wake Forest did not, and now South Carolina is doing it.
And that's where you want to be, and a chance for an upset. You get a favored team into the fourth quarter. They get tight, nervous. You continue to play loose. That's the perfect recipe for an upset.
South Carolina with a +2 advantage in turnovers today. Nunez will come in on this 2-point conversion at quarterback. He'll keep it. And he'll get it. What an effort.
Nunez just ran through the tackle attempt from DJ Reader. Reader's 6'3", 325. Nunez 6'3", 210. A little bit of a disparity there, but Nunez had the power and the fortitude to punch it in. Watch how he finishes this run. Runs right through Reader, caps it off, and we got a 3-point ball game.
From the Tigers and from the Gamecocks, and all of a sudden number 1 is reeling a little bit. It'll be a touchback at the 25-yard line. And the ball is now at the 40-yard line following that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Watson patiently working his way. Look out though, not much. Watson guns it, dropped, 3rd and 9. Watson has time, middle of the field, and a first down slide from the South Carolina 47. Watson, quick slant pattern. That is going to be caught and diving. That's high, 2nd down and 10. It's Watson. That's about 5 there before he...
There's 2 deep safeties way back there. They're expecting a deeper shot.
Watson, he'll fire it. Wide open inside the 10. Trevion Thomas. His average in passing yards, and he's over 100 on the ground. He'll keep it. Watson to the 6.
Running play or play action.
Here comes the blitz. Down to the 3. Straight ahead run. That's gone. He goes left. Got to block. He got it. His third rushing touchdown of the day.
South Carolina stacked the defense over there, but it was just superior blocking on the edge. Wayne Gallman had himself a nice block. Leggett got a little piece of somebody. And that left tackle, Mitch Hyatt, did an outstanding job. And then they pulled the big boy, Eric McLean, around, and he picks off somebody.
Mr. Clemson, they call him, the winningest player in the history of this program.
He's been part of all 44.
If they get today, it would be 44 or 40. So,
is that right? 43 was last week.
Right.
I don't want to.
But you may be right.
Call this one over yet.
Oh,
that could mean something.
It does. That missed PAT with 8:05 to go. This is a short kickoff. And Fenton's got a chance at the 3. Can he get to the outside? The Tigers special teams will not let him.
And that's been the whole difference for this offense in the second half.
Orth now make it 6 for 6. Boulware, oh, it's incomplete.
On a little out route and a perfect throw from Watson.
That's a running gun by Orth.
Yeah, one of the first things Elliott did in his first game as a head coach, put him in all black, and that got him excited against Vandy.
Well, that's not going to. After 4 straight drives with a score, that's a 3 and out at the worst, and that's a funny looking kick. It's going to get some roll though, and it's going to drop at the 29-yard line. We're going to step the red hot quarterback. On the ground, Gallman, and he'll pick up almost.
Progress had stopped, however.
Gallman just lowers his shoulder right into.
When you're in that radar look, you see nobody in the 3-point.
Watson's got room to run, on the run. Beautiful location for Leggett. Those two have hooked up for some big plays for the
quarterback in that regard. Don't expect to see him today.
And took it down to 2 as it's Gallman getting to the 45, but he's going to need for the season already. Watson, not much there. Well done by Scott afternoon in this ACC-SEC battle. Pitch out to Gallman. Gets by 1, not the others. No chance there. He will not. On Watson. So Andy T's call. Kicking to Pharaoh Cooper, who's dangerous. Look out here! Cooper makes the fair catch. That's a bright and high sky, but he handles it very.
This type situation, or if you do get down to the goal line.
No gain there. Clemson's defense all over that.
In the draft last year, 8th overall, they needed a lineman to step up, and they did.
Down the field, and it's going to be third down. This off.
Bigger issues. Clemson's pretty good on D.
And here they come, and there's a sack at the 10-yard line. They brought just about everybody. 6 to snap. They do not. Orth in trouble. Can he get all the way there?
I think he did.
Wow, did he get that first down?
I believe he did.
He had to get 16, and he did do it. An unbelievable run by Orth. Clemson was playing pass all the way.
And just at that last burst at the end, then he fumbled the ball, but it came out after he hit the ground. But good ones waiting in the wings as well.
So not a victory formation, but just a handoff. And you better believe the Gamecocks finished the year 3-9, wondering who their next head coach is going to be. Watson's going to keep it here. And that's a good move. Just hide behind the biggest person in the building. That was Tyrone. Over 500 yards. They have 514. Fuller, they're going to add another yard to that. That's word for word. That was just tweeted out. And Hugel comes through.
That was ideal for Clemson right there.
Yep. 37-25 Tigers. $1:22 to go. No one has a timeout. Talk about Mountaineer, that in-control aspect of his game is amazing. Now a kick to the up man is going to be brought down to the 39-yard line, trying to avoid from New York.
For me, it's between Watson and Baker Mayfield at Oklahoma.
And he gets a big opportunity tonight as Orth fighting for every yard he can get. Tripped up at the 40-yard line. Orth into traffic. Man, you got to be careful there. You're going to get your receipt. firing, slant pattern, caught. That'll be right out for right side rubber, or left side rubber actually. Orth underneath, incomplete. 34-6 total yards. As all Clemson's defense surrendered to South Carolina in this quarter. Orth to pick up a few here, as he will dive and get the first down. That will start on the field as you'd want them to.
Played their guts out. They got to take a shot deep now.
Open in the middle of the field. Another catch for Samuel, and he breaks loose.
Felt that way prior to the last play.
Here come the Tigers. This is the team blitz. Ooh, what a catch! And they will score. Wow, what a nifty catch by Carson. There's 1 second remaining. So that probably affected somebody's day.
Yeah, absolutely did. But this is an all-out blitz. They bring it, but nobody covers the back. And looking at the body language of Ben Boulware, he expected somebody else to have that coverage.
Ball was touched by one of the players in play. There we go, and there we go. It is over. The Tigers 12-0 for Dabo Swinney and his staff.
And got the Gatorade bat.
The Palmetto Bowl stays with Clemson. The palm tree will remain where it was last year. Tough loss for South Carolina. Clemson has tied a school record with their 15th consecutive win in a warm embrace between the two foes today. It was a good football game.
It was. I'm really happy for Shawn Elliott that he got his team to come out and play the type of game they did today. But Clemson proved to be too much.
2 out of the last 3 weeks, the Tigers go on the road in tough environments and fight their way to a close fourth quarter. And Janine Edwards is standing by with Dabo Swinney.
Coach, congratulations. Wow, 12-0 for just the second time in school history. What made this possible?
Well, just a bunch of guys that believe, and have stayed focused all year long. It's not about being pretty all the time. It's finding ways to win. And we obviously made a lot of mistakes. We lost the turnover margin again.
Here especially, right?
But we still found a way to win, and that's the sign of a really strong football team. But I'm going to tell you what, that's what rivalry games are all about. South Carolina, those guys played their hearts out, played incredible, all the way to the last play. Yep. And you know what? That says a lot about the character of their team, the character of that staff that rallied those guys. They never quit. But I'm proud of first of all, our offense was amazing in the second half. We took it over in the trenches. Deshaun Watson played his tail off. We gave up some bad big plays, but you got to give them credit for that. But at the end of the day, 34 years, we're 12-0, and ties for the winningest record ever in Clemson history. But yeah, we got bigger things to do. We got the ACC championship next week. We're gonna have to play better. We've got a great team in North Carolina waiting on us. But man, it's good to be state champs and Atlantic Division champs, but we want to be ACC champs, and because we know that'll give us opportunity for more things.
Well, we'll give you one whole day to enjoy this, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you, and happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Dave.
Thank you, Coach Swinney. Thank you, Janine. It was wonderful to see you this week, and thank you to our crew, and thank you all very much for watching. Clemson Tigers 12-0. For the regular season, South Carolina finishes with 3 wins. Our final score today, 37-32. The Tigers win the Palmetto Bowl. That will wrap it up for our portion of this rivalry weekend. From Columbia, I'm Dave Lamont for Ray Bentley and Janine saying thank you. And remind you the college football scoreboard is